Hey y'all, my name is Nick and welcome back to State of Woods Co. I have a brand new exciting tool in the shop. I'm going to show you what it is right now. In our shop, we love our Sawstop 3 horsepower professional cabinet saw. This is by far the best table saw I have ever used. One accessory that we've always wanted to try with the table saw is a sliding table. So we've partnered with Harvey to try out their ST1500 sliding table. Let's get it unboxed and see what this thing's about. Wow, this is well packaged. This box, look how thick that box is. It's really thick. And it came in 2 boxes, so it's well protected. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh, this is the exciting part. Oh man, look how cool that looks. They've got some really nice looking tools. Come check this out. Wow, everything here is really well packaged. I'm impressed with their packing. Everything's nice and safe, really wrapped up really well, no scratches or anything. This is quality stuff. The user manual that comes with this sliding table is actually well done, but it's got a couple flaws that I noticed, especially if you're trying to retrofit a Sawstop and not a Harvey saw. So on the Sawstop, you have 2 different options of the way you mount this. You have a standard mount, which actually extends out farther away from the rail of the table saw. That way it allows you to have a deeper cut. You also have the option of doing a flush mount, where the end of the slide table is actually flush with the table saw. I wanted to have that extra width of a miter cut, so we went with the standard setup. The user manual says that you have to modify your Sawstop table saw to use this, and actually I found that you didn't. What I wanted to do was be able to mount it right to the outside of the extension wing on the left side of the table saw, and that's exactly what we did. All of the holes were pre-drilled for it, and everything fit nicely. Okay, so the assembly of this thing was actually really simple, especially with 2 people. But now what we're going to do is we're calibrating it to the saw itself. So I want to make sure that I do this right the first time. So I'm making sure that it's perfectly 90 with the blade. Wow, it's just that easy. So calibrating this thing is actually really simple. All I did was took the biggest square that I had, put it right up against the blade, and then with 4 bolts on the back of this, once you've got it all aligned, you just simply tighten the alignment bolts on the back, and you're good to go. I really like these stop blocks. You've got a lot of easy movement in the T-slot. You can adjust this and tighten it down so it won't move, but you also have the ability to do fine adjustments with this little knob up to 3 millimeters left or right. They're actually really well designed, and I'm really impressed with them. So the only thing I'm going to do now is set my ruler guides to the exact distance that I want for my table saw specifically. So I'm going to set my block on one side and measure the distance from that to the saw blade, and then adjust my rule accordingly. Before you do any cutting, you want to make sure that you adjust your scale according to your table. Every table is a little different, and so these are very adjustable. You just depress it. There's a little spring under there. You depress it, move it to the area that you want, and release it. Then you can check these tick marks inside of the T-track and set your distance. All you have to do is measure from the side of your stop all the way to the blade. So installation and calibration of this unit was actually really easy. The only thing that I didn't like about the user manual was obviously that portion in there that said that you had to remove the wing of the table saw or slide your guide down. On a Sawstop, you don't have to do that. You can mount it right to the edge of the table. Again, you have those two options of using it with a flush mount or a standard mount like we did here. I'm going to use it for 6 months and see what I like. If I want to change it, I can do it easily by just adjusting 4 bolts. So now that everything is calibrated and ready to go, I want to try it out and see how I like it. What we're going to do is we're going to see how much of a cut capacity we have on the left side of the table saw now. Normally, with a Sawstop like this with the extended wing, I've got 52 inches of cut capacity on the right, and that's what I've always used. But now, because we have this sliding table, technically we should be able to have up to 5 feet of sliding capability. So now I've got 5 foot on the left side of the table saw. So let's try it out and see what we get. Wow, that's really impressive. I mean, not only do I have a lot of cut capacity on the right side, but now I've got 5 whole feet on the left side, which is really, really cool. This thing was actually really accurate. The slide mechanism is just beautiful right out the box. I don't have to worry about greasing it or doing anything like that as of now. Plus, I mean, look at this cut capacity. This is insane. I've never had the ability to cut. If I go right from the edge of the blade, I have 51 inches of cut capacity behind the blade. So if you think about it, if I had a coffee table or a small dining room table piece that I needed to cut or butcher block that I needed to cut, I have all that slide capacity and it does not want to move or shift or anything. This is insane. This is great quality stuff. I'm really impressed. Harvey did send me this tool for free in exchange for a review on how I thought this tool performs. Well, obviously I haven't had the tool for very long. Assembly really only took about an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing through its paces for about 3 to 6 months, and I'll come back and tell you guys how I think it performs. But first thing, honest opinion, I think it is really well built. They use really great materials, and I think it's a heck of a tool. I'm super excited to have it in our shop because we can utilize this a ton. So it's a great addition to our shop, and I'm really excited to really abuse it and see how well it holds up. So I encourage you to check out harveywoodworking.com. They've got a whole lineup of woodworking tools, and there's a bunch of them on there that I'm starting to look at now. So I'm really excited about that. But until next time, I'll see you later.